Hello, Times Crossword, let's go. Join one canal somewhere north of New York. No, not getting that. One-time conference venue set up by volunteers. So, set up is lay up, as in upwards. Volunteers is TA, Territorial Army. And Yalta was a conference centre after or during the Second World War. A big river mostly, deep blue. A is A, big river is Nile, and mostly means most of its letters, and Anil is a deep blue colour. Top display you might pick up for tech trial. No. Team calls party organised. Fantastic. So organised looks like an anagram indicator. But is it? Team calls party is 14 letters and we're only looking for 13, so that doesn't quite work. Fair charge ultimately, including cost for part-time staff. No. Lively ethos embraced by large old country. So this is Lesotho. Lively is an anagram indicator for ethos, embraced by large old. Well, L and O are the abbreviations for large and old, and they embrace the anagram of ethos, and Lesotho is a country. Is part of spreadsheet used to fill in scores and assorted items. Well, this is missell something. Is, and then cell is part of spreadsheet, used to fill in scores, many as in lots, and miscellany are assorted items. Night of Poetry, held in Middle England. So held indicates that the letters are held within what follows. So in the middle of Middle England you've got E-E-N, and then een is poetic for even or night. Medical specialist demanding every substance around emergency room. Yeah, this is allergist. So every is all, substance is gist, around emergency room, ER is an abbreviation for emergency room, and an allergist is a medical specialist. Correspondence, still centrally stored by company. No, not getting that. Let's have another look at one across. Team calls party organised. Fantastic. Wow, it does look like an anagram of team calls party, but there's just one too many letter. I wonder if there's a 3-letter word for team and the anagram indicator is just for calls party. Well, that doesn't fit with the E. But party could be rave. No, really not getting that. Fancy, starter of unusual pâté, enjoyed with relish. Gosh. And I've looked at that. Plan in principle, getting cut down. So an ideal is a principle, cut down, lose its last letter, and then idea is a plan. Increase in destruction of a coastline. Well, this looks like destruction is an anagram indicator for a coastline, and it means increase. So could end ation. Escalation, I think that works. I'm not going to check every letter. We'll see if the crossing answers corroborate. Deception, hard to prove. Yeah, this is confirm. Deception is a con, hard is firm, and to confirm is to prove. Alcoholic drink, almost better. After the end of Lent, this is nightcap. Almost is nigh. Better is cap, as in the verb, to better or to cap. After the end of Lent, after the last letter of Lent. And a nightcap is an alcoholic drink. Brown bread perfectly absorbs soup at first. Well, my first thought was that brown refers to tan, but it looks like brown is the definition, so that's not correct. Colleague is friendly, but not initially. Friendly is pally, not initially, not without its initial letter, and then ally is a colleague. Non-drinker needing support over summer. Wow. Just, well, close to phenomenally, but that's nothing to do with a non-drinker. No, not getting that. Brown could be toast. Yeah, this is toast. Brown bread is toast. Perfectly is to a T. That's an expression. Absorbs soup at first, absorbs the first letter of soup. Josh, visibly angry about Guy stealing new carpet. Wow. Carpet makes me think of Axminster, but I'm not sure about the first four letters, so I'm going to come back to that. Gentle hint largely designed to impart information. Well, designed looks like an anagram indicator of gentle, and hint largely, which will be HIN. So gentle and hin, meaning to impart information, to enlighten. And it still looks like Axminster. Does 21 end in A? Fish beneath small rock. Well, that looks like it begins S for small, and it means fish. Smelt. Sorry, the four-letter fish beneath S, and the whole thing means rock. Yeah, I'm putting the S in because 20 across looks like it may end S. Daring performances. Wow. Banks of theatre-goers. Well, the banks of theatre-goers are the banking letters, the outside letters, T and S. Daring performances. Feats, exploits, stunts, stunts. So wow is stun, banks of theatre-goers TS, and stunts are daring performances. Potentially Oscar-winning drama made money outside America finally. No, not getting that. Area covered in fine wood. This is oak. A is area. Fine is okay. So area covered in okay, and oak is wood. Great. Okay, that's looks like a helpful letter. Ah, and this looks like Kidderminster. Let's see if this can be explained. To Josh is to Kid, visibly angry. Visibly angry about Guy stealing new. Okay, visibly angry is red, about means reversed, Guy is Mr, about new, about the letter N, the abbreviation for new. Senior cop involved, well that looks like an anagram of senior cop as indicated by involved, except it's one letter short. In settlement dispute. Already looked at that. Fraud involving computers being recalled. No. Self-contained pit houses with a larder at the front. No, wow, quite tricky today. Already looked at this. How about 3 down? Fare, charge ultimately included in cost for part-time staff. Part-time staff are temps. Fare, I think it does begin temp. But how does it end? Fair, temperate? Yeah, temperate means fair. Charge ultimately is the letter E, the last letter of charge, and cost for part-time staff is temp rate. Now, 13 across. Self-contained surely ends alone. Pit could be stone. Houses with a larder. Yeah, this is standalone. So self-contained is standalone, pit is stone, houses with, well, and means with, A is A, and larder at the front is L. 14 down. Potentially Oscar-winning, nominated. Drama, NO, the Japanese drama, made money, minted, outside America finally. Well, the final letter of America is A. Running out of crossing letters for 24 across. Senior cop involved in settlement dispute. No. Fish, well, we have an extra letter in, the E at the end. Fish beneath small rock. Well, it's not stone, because tone isn't fish. 4-letter fish ending in E. And the whole thing means rock. Scree, but cree isn't a fish. Spike. Does to rock mean to spike? It could do. That would place an I here. Does that help? Senior cop involved in settlement dispute. I'm wondering if the definition is a dispute. Let me get rid of this I, I'm not sure of it. Dispute, contretemps. And it's not an anagram of senior cop, too many T's around. Wow, that looks tricky. I'm going to come back to that, see if I can make headway elsewhere. Already 14 minutes down. This is proving quite tricky. Fraud, scam. involving computers being recalled. Macs are computers and recalled means reversed. Great. C looks like a helpful letter. I think I've been looking at one across with the clue for... No, I have been looking at the right one across. It's one down I want to look at. Join one canal somewhere north of New York. Well, this is Connecticut. So join is connect, one is one, and a cut is a canal somewhere north of New York. Well, Connecticut is a state north of New York. Team. Well, this looks like it's... yes, this has to be Crystal Palace, a football team in England. So team is the definition. Calls, cries, party. Well, fantastic is ace. Calls could be cries. No, calls, party, organised. It's an anagram indicator of calls, party, followed by ace for fantastic. So organised was an anagram indicator, but it took a while to work out how the clue worked. Now, no more clues for 10 across. Top display, you might pick up. Pick up generally means it sounds like, but something which is spelt differently too. For tech trial, blank E, blank A. Not many words fit that pattern. Top display. You might pick up for tech trial. Well, trial could be test, but that's spelt correctly. Tech. And if it did end test, or top could be a something vest. Wow, I'm going to come back to that as well. Fancy, starter of unusual pate, enjoyed with relish, ate up. So fancy is an anagram indicator for the starter of unusual, which is the letter U, and pate. So U and pate make ate up, which means enjoyed with relish. Correspondence, still centrally stored by company. So this looks like correspondence, and the second letter will be a vowel or an H. So A-E-I-O-U. Correspondence. 12 down. Non-drinker. Oh, well, this is teetotaler. So used to double T being used in crosswords, but this is the full fat version, teetotaler, which is the definition. Needing support, or T, which is a support in golf for a golf ball, over summer. Well, a totaler is somebody who sums. Now, 11 across. Correspondence, surely parity. Still centrally, which is the central letter of still, which is I, stored by company, stored by party. Now, 19 minutes down, there are 2 clues at the bottom and 1 clue at the top. Where to begin? So, this isn't going to be mega test. Top display, just checking all the crossing letters are correct. You might pick up for tech trial. I'm going to consider this letter, what it might be. I'm going to run through it in my mind So G would give you mega. And I'm not seeing anything else. Wow. Top display. You might pick up for tech trial. I'm going to come back to that one. Senior cop involved in settlement dispute. Senior cop could be DI for detective inspector. Involved in a word for settlement. Ah, yeah, phew. Okay, this is contradict. So it is DI for senior cop, involved in settlement. A contract could be a settlement, and then contradict is dispute. Fish. Ah, this is shake. So hake is a fish beneath S for small, and to shake means to rock. So 21 minutes down, one clue left, 10 across. Can I get it? So the definition either means top, which could be an item of clothing, or the definition could be top display. But if it was top, then it could end vest. But then how does vest feature in the wordplay? Vest doesn't sound like anything meaning trial. 22 minutes gone. Let me consider the initial letter in my mind. Feta. Meta. Zeta. Top. Display often means air, but I can't see how that fits. Yalta is definitely correct. Connecticut is correct. Temperate is correct. Lesotho is correct. All of these letters are correct. This is 10 across. Top display. Let me consider this letter. Not seeing anything yet. Test. Vest. What am I missing here? Top display. You might pick up for tech. Oh, well, surely a beta test is a tech trial. So I think beta test is a tech trial. Top is beat. Display is attest. You might pick up, so BEAT sounds like BET, and ATTEST sounds like attest. So beat attest sounds like beta test, and that is a tech trial, and this crossword has been a bit of a trial for me. So every clue solved and explained, no empty squares. Submit. Submit. Hope and pray. No errors. Fantastic. Wow, what a puzzle. That was tough. That was really tough, and I had particular difficulty in the bottom left with shake and contradict. It's always a bit stomach dropping when you see the word fish in a cryptic crossword, because there are so many short words which can be fish, so the word fish isn't particularly helpful. and the wordplay for contradict was a little hard to unravel, especially with settlement being contract, but a fair puzzle and a beautiful puzzle as always. I think the snitch for this perhaps a little harder than the last few weeks, so maybe in the 90s, unless it's just me who has been having problems. And and I must mention beta test, of course, which really did nearly trip me up, and just managed to get there in the end. So well done to the crossword setter for setting that little beauty. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed watching that solve. Like and subscribe, and I will see you next time.